Good morning, YouTube. PPS back here. It is Sunday, the 14th of August. We're coming at you live for a YouTube Play of the Day video. Before we start, smash that like button, guys. Appreciate all you guys tuning in today for our Sunday edition of our Play of the Days. We got two of them. We're not going to the props today. We're going to some totals. Two spots that I really do like. But first, obviously, every single time, we got to make sure we get that recap out to you guys. And we dropped our hit parlay. Unfortunately, yesterday, Brandon Drury went 0 for 5. I don't even know if there was another guy on the team who didn't. I don't even know if he got on base, to be completely honest. It was just a really poor performance there. But Trey Turner obviously got on base, got a hit. DeGrom, another outstanding performance, 10 strikeouts. Machado hit a homer, got us that plus money. So very, very excited to get back at it. We got our plus money spot in yesterday. Obviously, we get juiced out a little bit, but it's time to go here. 3 of our last 4 we've gotten, and I think we got 2 spots that I do like today. So let's head over to the Dodgers first. The same game, Dodgers-Royals. I like the first 5 over here. I know people are going to be buying in pretty heavily on Brady Singer. I know Tyler Anderson is going to have everybody thinking that he's an elite pitcher, and I think Tyler Anderson's good, but the Kansas City Royals are still scoring runs in this series. Obviously, I know that they're getting blown out, but I do kind of like what they have. I like how Melendez and Perez are finding their way into this lineup. Obviously, a very low hard hit rate, very low walk rate, but we're not seeing a ton of strikeouts, only 20% K rate here. I'm assuming it's probably going to be pretty warm out in Kansas City. It's going to be hot here, so I would assume it probably goes the same way. A lot of fastballs, a lot of cutters, a lot of changeups. That's mostly what we're going to be seeing from him, and that fastball's got an expected slugging around 500. I do expect if we're going to see the fastball changeup combo that we're going to see some hits from Sal Perez. I know Sal Perez hits the fastball extremely well, and Melendez hits the changeup very well. I'm going to be curious on how Melendez does today, lefty on lefty. He does hit lefties extremely well, but with a guy who's going to be running a lefty-lefty changeup, it should be an interesting matchup. But I think Melendez has a pretty good day today. He'll probably be in some of my parlays just because his odds are going to be so low for a lot of this stuff. I'm looking at Tyler Anderson, had a couple blow-ups outings, but nothing too crazy. Obviously, he's going to be a 13-1 record when you have the Dodgers hitting behind you. But if we go to Brady Singer, this is where I think we're going to get most of it. We're looking at Brady Singer. He's had 2 fantastic outings, right? Both against the White Sox here lately. And the White Sox just can't hit righties. We know that. That's something that's been shown for years, right? Or maybe the last few seasons. But now you're going up against a Dodgers team who can hit pretty much anything, right? They hit everybody. They hit everybody well. You're stacked up and down this lineup. Obviously, Mookie Betts, Trey Turner, Will Smith hit well yesterday. Obviously, Freddie Freeman from the left side. Muncy goes yard yesterday from the left side. This is just a really hard lineup to navigate. And now you throw in Trace Thompson at the bottom along with Joey Gallo. There's a lot of home run power. You have to be on every single pitch. And I just think this is too low. This should be a 5. Imagine if Brady Singer didn't have those last 2 starts, right? If they don't have those last 2 starts, I don't think that Brady Singer ends up getting this type of respect against this Dodgers lineup, right? So I really like the over here. I think Tyler Anderson gives up a few. I think he gives up a couple homers, actually. And Singer, I think, gives up a couple as well. I do like this matchup a lot for the Dodgers, and I think that we're going to see it here. Obviously, last 2 games here, the Dodgers are extremely comfortable hitting here. 11 runs last night, right? Or 13 runs last night, and then 8 the night before. Looking at their first 5s, the Dodgers are the hottest team in the first 5 right now. They are 8-2 to the over their last 10. And I expect that trend to continue today. Another hot day in Kansas City. All right, guys, I know you're going to hate me. You're going to see my boy back up on this bump. I'm going back to Martin Perez, Logan Gilbert, first 5 under 4. I know he burned us last time, but he was fantastic through 3 innings. Rangers had a long inning. He came out and just was not as sharp, right? I really like this under quite a bit, and let me tell you why. Let's start out with Logan Gilbert, because you guys know how much I love me some Martin Perez here. You guys know he's one of my dudes. let's start on the other side of it today. Going into this will be in. Let me see. This will be in Texas, so that's even better. Logan Gilbert on the road this season is actually a run better, 30% lower batting average here, and we have the 3.0 ERA on the road this season. He's heading into Texas here. Obviously, a little bit of a park downgrade here, but he has been much, much worse to right-handed batting. But the slugging really hasn't been there this year as much. He has not given up as many home runs as we've seen him in the past. I know last year he hit a lot more than what he's at. Right now he's at 17 homers allowed. He's at 132 innings. Like, that's a lot of innings to be throwing here. And when he's on the road, he's getting up 10 of those, but he's, like I said, only a 232 batting average here. I think we're getting a higher line just because Gilbert has been struggling, right? And I put struggling in a very light category here, because the teams that Logan Gilbert is throwing against right now are not on the same level with the Rangers, right? He threw 2 games against the Yankees, his last 2 outings. Like, he has a 7 ERA in those outings, and that's just destroying this number. This should be 3.5. I fully stand by that. But obviously the recency bias, you look at it, he's faced the Astros twice and the Yankees twice. Those were his last 2 outings, guys. He had a 2.7 ERA before that, right? He's been fantastic this year. But everybody's going to look at recent form, and he's got a 7.1 ERA, 3.14 batting average allowed in those games since the second half has started. But don't look into those metrics as much. Look at who he's playing. He's playing the best offenses in the AL right now, and now you get a step down in competition with the Texas Rangers. So obviously it's a huge step down from the Yankees and from the Astros. And then Martin Perez. I thought it was kind of interesting because betting on Martin as much as I have, looking at his numbers here, when he has struggled in a game, there's been 3 struggle games for him this year. And by struggle, I mean 4+ runs, because there's no other games he's gone over 4. All right, so he went against the White Sox, got blown up, 7 earned, but obviously the White Sox crushed lefties, right? Then he went up against Minnesota. Minnesota crushes lefties. Houston obviously does pretty well against lefties there, but Martin had a great history against him. They had a blow-up spot there, had a blow-up spot against Minnesota, and a blow-up spot for Chicago. The next game of every single one of those, Detroit, 7 innings, 1 earned. Go up to after that one, he faced Seattle. This is the exact Seattle team with 9 strikeouts through 5 innings, 1 earned. Obviously, we haven't seen what the results can be for today, but he is bouncing back every single time coming at him. And I thought it was a really good thing to see that he was striking out Seattle. He wasn't just playing around and getting those ground balls. He was actually striking out Seattle at a pretty high clip. Through 5 innings, 9 of those are strikeouts. That's pretty high for him. He had 7 Ks against them in the first outing of the season. So obviously that's even better that we're seeing this continue here. But at home, the over-under for the Rangers is about 20, or this would be 28 and 26 to the under. And then obviously when you go over to the Rangers, or that was the Rangers, we definitely see that this number is going to be I think this could easily push, but I lean towards the under here with the Rangers and Seattle. Obviously, it's really nice to see Julio Rodriguez back here in this lineup, but Martin Perez, like I said, has their number, and I think that he continues here. Obviously, he is leading. He's top 8 percentile in barrel percentage. He's way up there in hard hit rate. Obviously, only a 21% K rate, but only a 32% hard hit rate. And we should definitely see another good outing. I think that this is another bounce back spot for Mr. Martin Perez. Rangers first 5 under 4, Dodgers first 5 over 4.5. And I really like both these spots. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are the best. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And we'll talk to you tomorrow for Pass the Prop, 10:30 Central Time. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Best of luck.